Alright guys, so we are going to paint Tyranids of Hive Fleet Behemoth right now. So it was voted by the chat here. Twitch, meet YouTube, YouTube, meet Twitch. So the Twitch chat voted here for whichever Nids are kicking Ultramarines' ass right now is what we paint first. And that turns out that it is the Behemoth kind. Now, the dilemma with Tyranids is always whether to airbrush the skin or the carapace. That's kind of the problem that you'll face every single time is you can get one of the two colors correct. I think that it's much easier to airbrush and pre-do all of the skin and then paint over the carapace. Some people will agree, but I think over a large amount of model, that is the best way to do it. Obviously, the goal would be to do a little bit of both. In the best of both worlds. What we are not going to do is mask any of this stuff because if you're playing Tyranids, you know how many models you have, and doing that many masks is insane. As such, we want to find like something that is striking, but it's not taking too long. And too long to do that way we can recreate it on like a whole army. That's what this tutorial is about. It's not about, I always use Steve Jobs' example because his nids are really pretty, but man, there's not enough hours in the day for us to do this. So we'll start with Feast on Red, and we're gonna go straight for the kill here. And we're trying to leave some of the black showing. Okay, so no we're not going like super overboard. We like the shading in this. We like the drastic shading actually, because that allows us to save a lot of time. Alright, so on the tail here, that's a pretty good example. So we got like a good blend here from the back to the front. That's kind of what we want. Nothing needs to be black. Everything needs still to be red, but we can leave a lot of the black showing. It will still look pretty nice. So it's worth it to take our time here. Even though we're painting like hordes and stuff, it's worth it to take our time. Make sure that this step here is pretty, because that's where we get to save a lot of time. That means we can make some effort to make it real nice, real good. But I'm pretty happy with this. We got like a good black to red contrast. And now we're just gonna amp this up by adding Evil Sun Scarlet. All right, so this Mephiston Red mostly out of the airbrush, and now we're gonna move to Evil Sun Scarlet. So now we're going much lighter with this one, and really only from the top. So I'm not even like angling it. I just want to get like a good a good highlight. So we're gonna use Carabor Crimson to shade because it looks we don't want to dull down our red too much. So we're gonna go ahead. And we have the Carapace Crimson. Give this a good shake. Start with the tail because it's kind of a messy area, if you will. Because it's just like a long, like a very long surface. So I'm starting at the end and I'm pulling towards the inside of the model. That way there's more shade towards the inside, which is where I want it. And you can go really light here. You don't need that much, to be honest. We just want to make sure that all of the shaded parts, even if there were a lot of black in there, they still get that red tone in there. So it's much more a glaze than an actual wash here. So I want to pay special attention to this, like the belly part, because it's kind of a hard spot to hit with the airbrush. So it's really important that it looks red still, even though it might not have gotten a lot of red from the spray. But now we get something like this, and once it dries, it's going to be a lot less glossy. But for now we get the gloss. It's fine. embrace the gloss. All right, so we'll use a decent brush now. This one is a little bit beaten up for what we want to do. So we'll go back to black here, and now we'll do all of the Carapace. We'll start on black. I like the... Some people, for Behemoth, some people like a really, really vibrant blue. I like the darker tone of blue. For me, that's always been my preference. I like the much darker Carapace. I think it looks more like actual bugs. So every hard part we do in black. So Carapace, talons, claws, all of that black. Here, because well, we don't want to do touch-ups. If it's not necessary, we don't want to do it. So same thing. So the Carapace is kind of the hard part because it's a large surface, but we want to be very extra careful. That's right. I said it. Very extra careful. Ranting a lot now. That's how you know a step is long. If I start ranting on some random stuff, that's a long step. There are signs, man. All right, and then we'll do the teeth as well here because it's a hard part of the model. So. So now final checkup here to make sure that every black part is indeed black. Looking good so far. Looking good so far. All right. All right. So now we are confronted with a lot of options here. My favorite is mostly black. Then we'll add highlight and then a shade if we want to. So that we're gonna need here. So we'll start with Calidor Sky. So now we're only doing highlights. Okay, nothing crazy. We're not covering this up in any way, shape, or form. It's staying mostly black. That's okay. That's what we want. That's how, you know, that's the good old scary fucking bug look. That's what we got. Normally you have to wait for this stuff to dry. I'm a little impatient. Good Lord. Nothing here is dry. Okay. And as you can see, so I'm trying all my highlights here, especially on these big Carapace, I'm trying to make lines, right? And so this is kind of this is the place where on these small bugs it works really great, but if you're doing larger bugs, then you get to kind of tap into your airbrush to do this. And just do the core of the highlights with an airbrush, and then just like fine tune it at the very end with a brush. Perfect. So now, if you thought that was steep, get ready. Get ready. Because we're gonna use Armand Blue, and Armand Blue. This one is kind of a little bit turquoise, but it's really it's very light blue, but it's got a little turquoise to it. I really dig this color. So Armand Blue, and now we're doing the same little highlights, but much finer. So basically this step is we want to highlight what we already highlighted. I think we're going to go with black, actually. The more I think about it. So now you kind of get the choice, basically. Do you like the more bluish look, or do you like the more blackish look? You know, if you're a fan of DJ Max Henry, you know exactly which one you prefer. Am I a fan or am I not? Hard to tell. We'll try blue. We'll try blue here. See how it goes. But I think black is also a possibility. And if we don't like the blue, we'll just add black on top of the blue. And so because all of these plates are like flat, right? There's almost no texture on them except a little dents. You can't be too generous, otherwise it will look really, really messy. It's important to go over every area, even though you don't think they need it, just because it brings back that blue shade on them. But so far, you know, I'm pretty happy with this little guy here. I wish we timed ourselves. I don't think it's if this was like half an hour so far, I'd be shocked. So next color that we need is something that's, you know, something that's out there, a big glowy color, you know, psychic spells and whatnot, venom and toxin sacs and whatever, adrenaline glands, all the cool stuff. So for this scheme here, I dig the bright green. So that's what we're gonna use. So you can do as much or as little as you like here. We'll do a reasonable amount. So we're doing all of them in that bright green, just to get, you know, just get something a little bit more interesting than just our run-of-the-mill red and blue and nothing else. So basically every color, as you can see, every color except maybe the Carapace is 3 color. So it's 3 sets of 3 color and black, basically. And we just need to stick them on the base. Now, bright mall like this, I like darker bases usually. Oops, excuse me. But for this one, I think we'll go for a brown one. I'm pretty stoked with this guy here. We could do the side of the base here. Well, I mean, we will do the side of the base. We could leave it like this. I like it like that. Maybe we don't touch it up. Maybe we put it black. I like this color. I don't think we're gonna change it. I like this. I like this one. What do you guys think? If you